So it's been around 4 years since DayZ came out, and around 2 years since I've actually played it last, and since then they've come up with a lot of updates to the system, so I thought it might be a good idea to just hop on and see what's new. Alright, 1 second. Alright, so it turns out all I have to do is unclick this. I don't know why that was defaulted on, but now we can see all the games that are... Oh my god. Let's be honest, 60 is not that bad, is it? A low pop server at night. So right off the bat, we already have 2 zombies, and the game is called DayZ, which is appropriate, I suppose. F to open door. Oh, like in that other game where you are stuck on an island and have to kill people. What was that called again? So I have around 150 hours logged in this game, but honestly, about 140 of those were all placed within the same 2-year period, right around the time I bought the game, and then maybe a year or so after that when I put in another 40, maybe 50. Sprinting now has a meter, so that's going to make this run down the coast really fucking fun. It's a good thing I'm recording this.
5 minutes later.
I mean, the graphics look different. Everything looks a lot more vibrant. There's actually colors. I am playing on the experimental branch, which might have something to do with it, but everything doesn't look fucking gloomy and dead, which I kind of like. I like how your status bars are now on the bottom right instead of just having to press this button and have something... What the fuck is this guy? Jesus Christ. It looks like Daniel Craig got hooked on meth. The UI is actually pretty nice here. I mean, I don't know what this stuff really means, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Now, the sprinting meter's already kind of becoming an issue for me here. My biggest problem with DayZ in the original time I played it was you'd run for around an hour and a half or so, collect a little bit of gear, and then die of hunger or starvation because you sprint around the map so much and there's not a lot of gear to find. The sprinting meter really only makes that more of a problem because we can't get from town to town as fast, or I don't know, maybe if I'm not sprinting as much I won't be as hungry or thirsty. Maybe that is a counterbalance to the fact that you're not moving as much. I don't know. So up ahead we got some of our first actual buildings. I want to see if we can actually find loot in them or if it's just going to be a fucking wild goose chase again. I think those are people down there, or zombies, I mean, but what are my settings at right now? Medium. Hey, that's more like it. Alright, it looks exactly the same. In fact, I think the trees might look a little worse, honestly. I'm just gonna...
Hello?
Hello? Oh, we found a person. Oh, hi there. How are you?
Hi there. You looking fresh, dog?
Oh, thanks, man. I just picked this up at Target.
I got the same sweatshirt as you, just different color, dude. That's because I got mine at Walmart.
No, mine's Gucci, man.
What's mine, like off-brand Gucci then? Did I get a fake?
Walmart? I don't know the Walmart brand name, but yeah, like American made, I think. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go into this town.
I'm gonna come with you. If that's okay.
Okay, follow me.
What's your name?
My name is Cornelius.
Cornelius, huh?
So we're already getting into it. We got a friend here. That means I'm gonna have to share half the loot, and it doesn't look like there's much of it at all. Is that the... Do you not vault anymore? You just walk over fences? V puts you into third person. Why is that? There's like a lot of zombies here. I always kind of thought zombies were like the weakest aspect of this game because the player versus player engagements like we just got into was kind of fun. I mean, you never know what people are going to do, and it's always random what's going to happen to you, but you can always count on people to spice up the game. The problem with zombies is their coding was always kind of shit, and you'd get hit twice, and then all of a sudden you're bleeding for the rest of the game, and your playthrough's kind of ruined. Melee weapon system's entirely changed. I'm going to take this nice cool wood coat. Oh, well, at least that's kind of... Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I put this on? I have to take off my hoodie first? That would make sense, but... Maybe? Okay. I guess it just works sometimes. It does run kind of smooth. I do kind of appreciate that. Normally I'd be pulling like 20 frames per second in the branch I was playing before, so... I'm gonna try and kill the zombie. melee swinging is a little bit better. I'm imagining that there's an animation alongside it too. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of stiff, but it is the Armor engine, so what do you really expect? All right, apparently. Oh, it's my friend. He's being chased around. I got this hatchet.
That's pretty good. I like that suit, dude. Is that Gucci as well?
It's a wool coat. This is Chanel.
No, help with the situation here, Cornelius.
No, I'm a pacifist. Sorry. I don't believe in fighting. It's not in my nature. I'm sorry. So yeah, like the zombies don't actually scare you or, you know, actively threaten you for your life because you can just sort of run away. Actually, if I can't sprint, what happens? Oh, that's a load of bullshit, I guess. Now I can't sprint. Do I have to fight them? What if you don't have a weapon? Alright, so if you're running away, they're pretty much attack dogs, and they can kill you from any fucking distance that you're at. But if you just walk along at a meager pace and then swing a hatchet at them, they're pretty much the worst fuck. Oh. Why? Alright, so not off to the best start here. I mean, it is DayZ. Without the zombies, it would just kind of be day, and I mean, that's not really a game, is it? So the zombies are a threat now. The problem is they're maybe too much of a threat. You can't really run away from them because your guy just gets tired and starts walking, but they can constantly be sprinting after you. Maybe that's a reason to not sprint in villages anymore, and you just kind of walk around until a zombie attacks you, and then you sprint away from them, possibly? That's pretty good. I like that a lot. I like playing in first person, but you really have to look over your shoulder. You have to go third person if you want to do that. I wonder if there's anything in the church. I wonder if you can go in the church. Here in the house of God. Do I get blessed? Oh, I just can't go back there. Okay. There's nothing in here. When you go into a building, you should be able to find something. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like a, you know, a fucking t-shirt or a hat or something. Put something in there so I know that the loot spawning system's actually functioning properly. I mean, when half the game is looking for loot, having no loot in certain buildings is just disheartening. So the vaulting mechanic getting taken out for just walking over fences is quicker, for sure. It's less buggy than the regular vault. I can see that being an issue on ladders and tall buildings. The number one enemy in this game is not actually zombies. It's not other players. It's fall damage. You can take a fall from around 5 feet and it will not break your ankles or give you a mild sprain. You'll fucking die. And that's not, like, okay in a video game. So if you're running up on top of a building or something where there's a small handrail, you're just gonna vault over it automatically, like that, and then fall to your death. I'm surprised that little hop-up didn't kill me, honestly, but I'm a little worried walking into this town now because I don't have a weapon. What's gonna happen if a fucking zombie sees me? I don't want to just keep dying over and over again, so it's a good thing all this loot spawning. So the question of loot in this game is honestly kind of a questionable topic. I mean, if you just throw in guns in every house and put ammo in everything and make sure that everybody is armed to the teeth 24/7, the game's not going to be very competitive, I guess is the word. Every situation is going to end the same way in the fact that anybody you see is going to have a gun and they're probably going to shoot you and try and take your gun. And that takes out the guessing work of seeing somebody on the road and guessing if they're friendly and trying to negotiate down terms and blah 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 blah, because you can just shoot somebody and call it a day. Alright, this is a really good feature. I like this. You can't just drag on your stuff to wear it now. And you can't just put it there. Do I have to put it in my inventory first? That doesn't seem right. What? So as you can see, they fixed all the bugs. The point is we got a little gun here. It's a Scorpion on full auto, range for 100 meters. I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and not shoot that guy, because I only have 17 bullets in this. I remember schools being a good spot to find loot, and this isn't America, so I don't imagine we'll find any guns in there, but maybe we can find some, like, scissors or, you know, glue. I don't fucking know. And the thing is about the loot, it's not like the loot's bad. I mean, I got a fucking gun. there's a radio back there. I don't know what that does, but it's there. It's just, the lack of loot in certain buildings and areas. You can spend hours just scanning for a can of something to eat, and you can't find anything, and it's just terrible. Terrible feeling to have that happen to you. So you can't aim down the iron sights just by right-clicking? How do you... Oh. You right-click and then press shift. That seems like it might get me killed in a certain situation, but we'll see. We'll see if it gets there. So one of the biggest problems, obviously, was finding food and water. You basically dehydrate yourself running around looking for water. You get overheated and then you die. Or you looking for food and you can't find any, you starve to death. But I found a soda can. I haven't found any food. That's not great. But just playing through this, the loot's fine, sure, if they fix that. The gameplay seems a little bit more solid, less janky and buggy. The single greatest problem with this game still remains, and that this isn't really fun. I mean, I'm running around looking for stuff, and I found some gear, and sure, I found a gun and a guy I was talking to, but none of this is inherently entertaining to do. I mean, if you're playing like Gears of War or something, you're running through droves of enemies, you're sawing through them with chainsaws, and at the end of it, there is a finish line. There's something that you're working towards. In this game, there isn't really anything to do other than go around and look for loot. And unless that is incredible and amazingly fun to do, your game's not going to be a success. And I think that's where this game honestly falters. I mean, you can have some fun running around being a bandit and kidnapping people and forcing them to, you know, give you their stuff on the highway, but it's not really that fun when you consider 4 hours of a 5-hour gameplay session will be collecting loot, finding food and water so you can sit on the side of the road for an hour and a half, and then the last 15 minutes of that session will just be you pointing a gun at somebody until they log off or kill themselves. It's just not entertaining. Alright, a zombie just hit me through a door there. It's good to see that's still in the game. So even though it does control better and things are fixed about it, it still seems to have some of the same problems and plagues that caused it to fall out of popularity in the first place. One bullet killed that guy, which was good, but he hit me like 5 times. I think I'm bleeding. I lost my rags somewhere. There's blood on the ground. I think that's his, not mine though. There's a little debuff thing next to my health, but I don't know if that's from him or... Oh, that guy didn't die in one hit. Straw seems to be coming out of me when I get hit. My health is at 0 now. That was a guy, not a zombie. Yeah, this is not good. I don't think I'm gonna play this anymore. So, I died from a swarm of zombies and a guy with an axe who I apparently didn't kill with my gun, and I ended up here in the middle of nowhere. And I think this is a pretty good analogy for the current state of the game at this point. It doesn't know where it is, it doesn't know where it's going, and I don't think anyone on the dev team really does. They had like 1 million sales when they first started selling the game, and then they just kind of promised that they would come out of early access eventually. But it's been 4 years now, and honestly, I don't think that it's come far enough to be considered a brand new game. A new trend in the industry seems to be putting out these huge patches that completely change the original game, like No Man's Sky just did, for example. And DayZ's been trying to do that for the last 4 years. I just don't see it taking another boom. They're talking about bringing it to the Xbox One, and maybe that'll cause some revitalization for it, but honestly, if it's in the current state that it is, I don't think they'll get a huge player base. Rust seemed to do pretty well by rebooting the entire game into a different engine, I think, and just completely changing the whole chemistry of it while keeping the general principle the same. But if you change the general principle of DayZ, it's just going to turn into a battle royale game, and we already have that with H1Z1 and PUBG and Fortnite and the Culling 2, and I think that's what this game really wants to be now. It was ahead of its time before it really knew it was ahead of its time. It was a battle royale game for people that didn't know that's what they wanted instead, and I I think when they got that alternative, they realized just how much of a disappointment this game actually turned out to be. So I guess that's it, really. Maybe I'll try it again in another 2 years, and if it pops out of early access, which I don't really think it will, I'll hop on then. But until then, I think DayZ has served its purpose for me, and I wish it a long, cold good night.